Alright guys, it's Carl here from Monkee Mods. So I'm back here this time with another blaster. This time I'll be doing an LDT from the LDT416 from the War Interest. Actually LDT, War Interest, I think they're the same thing. So War Interest, LDT, whichever. But this particular unit is called the LDT416. It is modeled after the HK416, a very popular 416 rifle, not M4, and 416. So anyway, it's supposed to come with a box, but it's pretty beat up when I receive it, so I just threw that away. And it's pretty neat because this blaster actually comes with this nice looking nylon material, I suppose. It's not canvas, just nylon material, sort of a carrying bag. It's nice they include this, but I don't recommend you use this bag as a means to transport your blaster in the public. Because of this very obvious HK logo here, it just screams to the outsider like, hey guys, I'm carrying a rifle inside my rifle bag with the HK logo all over the place. Not all over the place, but it's quite huge, so people are going to look at it, and if someone from the authority saw this, they are probably going to be very curious what are you carrying inside this bag. So anyway, moving on to the video review. So let's just go to the bag itself first. So there's a nice HK logo here, some zip compartments, 3 magazine compartment here. You can put your magazine in there. Back here, there's a sling point where you can actually, they included carrying slings, so you can actually just keep them over here and then just carry it like a badminton bag or something. So that's pretty neat. Some LDT and War Interest here as well. So yeah, they're the same thing. So that's all for the bag itself. Let's open it up. Now I'm not very sure about the durability of this bag because it's freebies, so I will not carry too heavy blaster with it in case that something breaks. So once you open it, you are greeted with the complete blaster itself and a ready assembled unit. A dummy EO tags. I think it powers up. Yeah. A safety glass. And a pack of gel that's already soaked. That's nice of them, I suppose. So right after you get your blaster, you can actually just shoot. Not a lot, but the nylon P mags. This mags I truly recommend. This is one of the better mags in the market right now for the M4. They can fit most of the M4 receivers. The SLR, I don't think the Gen 9 can take this magazine out of box. So not the Gen 9, probably not the Gen 10 ACR as well. The Kublai M4 can take this mags. What else? The TTM4, the FTM3, all will take this mag quite nicely. So I can recommend this mag. And the blaster itself. So I'm just going to take everything out of the bag, put it aside, and go through the blaster with you guys. I'm not sure why there's some gels here. Probably the package just broke. Let me just get rid of this. Oh yeah, before that, this compartment here actually has a battery. AAA size battery for the dummy scope. And a USB charger for the battery. Now, if you may have noticed that this battery actually has a mini Tamiya type connector. That's because the LDT416 actually has a mini Tamiya connector. So just buy yourself the Boss LiPo battery because this one is crap. This one, the Boss LiPo one. So that's all out of the bags. Alright, the blaster itself. So first impression is pretty okay. I mean, I don't think this is a very solid blaster, because it's really not. But for what you get, and I mean for what you are paying, this is a pretty good deal as far as I'm concerned. Because before they actually decided to package it into a complete blaster, you actually have to buy all the parts yourself and assemble it yourself, and it's actually pretty pricey. I did the math, like if I actually buy the parts all individually and assemble it myself, compared to buying this is actually way cheaper. Not to mention you actually also get a pretty sweet bag, you know, a carrying bag for it. So I actually recommend to get the complete blaster like this one. If you actually, I mean, if you're on the market to buy a 416, I recommend to buy a complete unit instead of building one yourself from scratch, because it's actually more expensive. And unless you want to do it yourself, I mean, that's a different story. So let's just go through the blaster itself. So basically everything here, everything you see on the blaster is pretty much made of nylons. Not much of the plastic, you know, the ABS type of plastic, so you don't see the shiny finishing anywhere. So let me just go through the blaster from this side first. So as usual, we start with the muzzle. Now, this muzzle is the standard A2 type muzzle. It's made of nylon. The gas block, this is a proprietary gas block to these nylon handguards. The handguard itself is nylon. This is a standard 9-inch 416 handguards. It's full nylon. The receiver itself is full nylon as well. The standard 416 grip is pretty good, very solid. This is the standard soft mod buttstock. The sling mount is metal. The buffer tube is their own brands. The War Interest brand buffer tube is metal as well, so that's pretty nice. Everything else is nylon. So that's all from this side. Now the details of the blaster is pretty, it's pretty well done. The printing is very clear. All the printings, the trademarks up there, and the fire select. So all three present. So let's move on to the other side. So on this side, not much difference. The front is the same. The receiver is the same. The engraving, there's an engraving here as well. There is also an engraving here. So that's pretty neat. They actually follow the real steel, I suppose. And then so there is actually a dummy bolt inside with the HK engravings. So this travel quite far as well, up to here. So that's not too bad. Now again, this is just cosmetic. It has absolutely no functions. There's no bolt catch or anything. There's no blowback on this unit. But on this gearbox, you can actually install the blowback unit to have a EBB. That's all. This dust cover is made of nylon as well. The forward assist, nylon. The charging handle itself is nylon. So actually, if you pull it too hard and bend it, you can actually see this thing, the whole thing can wiggle. But it's not likely that it will actually break under normal usage, because nylon is pretty flexible material, unless you just, bend it. Otherwise, it's pretty okay. The trigger is nylon as well. It's not metal, so be careful when you pull it. The trigger guard is removable, so if you want to install your own, any trigger guard that you like, you can do so. And that is pretty much it. So this blaster go for about 550 to 600 ringgits in the Malaysia market, so that's not too bad. I mean, definitely not cheap, not the cheap entry-level blaster like the Gen 8, which goes around 200 something, and even the Gen 9. The Gen 9 is about 350 plus. So for this price is definitely more of a premium segment. So for what you get, I'll say it's pretty worth it. If you like a 416, I definitely can recommend this. But just, you know, and because it's not a very solid blaster, when I say that it's because the shell is actually quite soft. So if you actually flex it, yeah, you can see the whole thing is actually just wiggling. And also, my complaint mainly is on the handguard itself, the nano handguard it comes with. It's no big problem, but if you are into details or if you have OCD, you can tell that the rail doesn't actually lines up. Like the handguard is actually lower, the rail, and it doesn't fit in perfectly. If you just push it, it will go in, but if you pull it, you can actually see that the handguard is not actually solidly installed in place. So that's one major complaint I have on this blaster, but otherwise it's pretty good. You get pretty decent performance out of it as well. If I'm not mistaken, it will do about 250 plus FPS out of the box. 250, 260 is the norm. So that is pretty good performance of the box, and it has aluminium inner barrel already. Although, if you wish to install a hop-up, most likely you will have to upgrade the inner barrel with a longer one, because the stock one is flush with the outer barrel of this thing. I mean, it's black color, but you probably can see it that it's flush. So there's no way that you can install a hop-up over it. So your only choice is get a longer inner barrel, extend it, and plug a hop-up over it. Otherwise, not much of a complaints there. I mean, it works well out of box, but if you want it to be game ready, the hop-up is something that you can't forgo, because otherwise you will have you will be outranged pretty badly. So with that, with this muzzle installed, alright, since there's nothing much already, so I'm just going to move on with the test shooting. We're going to put it on the Chronograph and see what FPS it does. So let me just do the max with some gels. And because the LDT416 does not have the preload features, I always recommend that you actually, fill up the magazine, this tube yourself first, so that it will dry fire less. Okay, now it's always handy to have this kind of speed loader, because you can do that. Can't really do that with a bottle. So with the magazine filled, let me just put it in and install the battery. Now you can take off the entire buttstock. So then you can get access to the battery connectors here. Now, so notice that this is a mini Tamiya type. Now with this buttstock that come with, it's pretty neat, because you can actually just pop open this part and insert the battery. So I'm just going to show you how it works. So all the way in, now you have your battery connector exposed here, right here. So for this test, I'll be using the LDT416 3S battery. I'm not going to use this low quality cheap batteries here. I don't recommend using this, but if it's the only one that you have, suppose you can use it until it dies. But you will get pretty low rate of fire with that battery. So let me just install this. So with this cover pop off, you can easily get access to the battery compartment. Yeah. And slides in easily. Now you notice that there's also two extra battery compartments here. You can slide in some batteries in there if you want to. Like this type of rubber tube battery will fit right in. There's no real point in doing so. So now this extra battery, you can just shove it aside and close the cover. And there you go, it's done. So you don't need to do this weird thing all the time. So with the battery in, let's try and see it works. So safety, that's pretty good, works. Because I received some complaints from my customer to say that sometimes they put in the safety, but they can still pull the trigger. Now on this unit, seems to be okay. So semi. Right. That's pretty good, not bad. On a 11.1 battery, the trigger response is pretty crisp. Right, so let's try a bit on the full auto. Right, works. So let me get my Chrony. Again, my trusty Ace-Tag Chrony. Now let's just try it on semi-fire, see what it does. 242, 254, 246, 248, 242, 239, 243, 246, 251. So it averaged out to be around 248. Yeah, around there. 245. Not the FPS that I'm expecting. Maybe the gel shrink a bit, I'm not sure, but it's not too bad. 240, 250 is still going to do decently in the game once you have pop-up in. So let's try full auto this time. Okay, I think it's better. So on a full auto, the FPS jumps a little bit. So let me just read it to you. Anyhow, the rate per second is 17.7 rate, rounds per second. So that's actually pretty decent. The FPS reading 246, 272, 260, 275, 266, 270, 271, 270. So on the full auto, your FPS actually bumps up by 30. Okay, that's funny. I'm not sure why, but yeah, let me just maybe do one more burst and see. Some more jump inside. So, alright, now it goes down to 250, 265, 25 something, 26 something. So I suppose once everything inside here works a bit, it stabilized around 260. So that's not too bad. Let me just some more gel here. Let me do one more burst. So 245, 246, 262, 25 something, 26 something. So that's around the mark, I suppose. That's not too bad for a stock blaster. So decent performance, pretty good rate of fires out of the box. Probably ready for game. Just need a hop up. If you are a 416 fan, definitely recommend it. And because it's a 416 by LDT, there are plenty of aftermarket parts made for it. Actually, aside from the receiver, everything else can be upgraded, can be changed. Like the handguard can be upgraded with the metal one. You can see I have one right here. This is an SMR handguard. It's a full metal 10.5 inch handguard. Pretty solid. So you can upgrade into this if you wish to. Highly recommended. And the handguard, yep, the handguard. And the top rail here, this top rail is actually made of nylon. There is an option to upgrade this into a metal, and that's actually one of the upgrades that I definitely recommend if you have 1.6, because once you have a metal top rail, it actually improves the rigidity of the upper receiver. So when you flex it this way, it flexes lesser. So that is a must actually. You can get it from Monkee Mods. It's like 55 bucks. And other than that, all these fittings, like fire selector, the trigger guard, the charging handle, the dust cover, everything can be upgraded with the metal one. The grip is compatible with most of the the standard V2 type grip. So if you wish to change this out, you can do so. And of course, the buttstock Now my personal favorite on the 416, let me just show you, go through with you. This is the standard 416 iron sight. I just feel that a 416 does not look like a 416 without one of these. So I'm going to put them in and show you how they looks like. On a cosmetic point of view, they complete the 416 look. In my opinion, the 416 is not a 416 without one of these iron sight. So you can tell this iron sight is made of nylon, not metal. So they are pretty affordable. They are available in Monkee Mods as well for 45 ringgit. And oops, of course, the butt stop. In my opinion, the 416 does not look like a 416 without a proper 416 buttstock. This is a very nice buttstock. It's made by Kublai Leaf. So the detail is pretty good. You can see the HK logo here and here. And it has a very comfy rubber buttstock. So let me just put this on and see how it looks like. I mean, how a 416 should look like. There you go. So let's put this aside. There you go, a 416. Now this would be my ideal 416 setup. Nothing much actually, just buy the 416 buster and put on the iron sight, 416 iron sight, and then the 416 buttstock, and you have a pretty sweet looking 416D. Now of course, it has a 14mm counterclockwise track, so you will take any of the accessories that has the same track, suppressor, suppressor, compensator, whatever that you want to put, you can do so. And that is it. I mean, that's all. So overall, I'm quite okay with this blaster. I don't necessarily think that it is the best blaster because the shell is not that super solid, unlike the SLR or even the Kublai. I mean, Kublai is not really comparable with this, but just for just saying, if you are out there looking for 416, I can definitely recommend this. The performance is quite solid out of the box, and if you need to replace any broken parts, in the gearbox or even at external, you are pretty much safe. The spare parts for this blaster is abundant. They are readily available. The gearbox uses the standard V2 type internals, so nothing much that are proprietary, except maybe for the nozzle and cylinder head, but that's it. The gears, the cylinders, the piston head is all the same as the Gen 9, Gen 8, they are all compatible with each other. So that it is for this time, for this review video. If you have any questions, put it down in the comments. I'll try to answer you the best I could. You can also contact us at the Monkee Mods WBB on Facebook. Subscribe if you like the video and wish to see more of these type of videos. Thank you very much. See you again soon.